Described as a return to foundations in Saint Laurent Spring Summer 2024 show notes, Anthony Vaccarello took to the brand's archives and revisited one of Yves Saint Laurent's most culturally influential garments, the safari jacket. Presenting a show brimming with safari style with a tinge of retro glamour, remaining in keeping with his coveting of the HNWI customer, who is more haute luxury than quiet luxury. So, let's talk more about how this jacket got started. Yves Saint Laurent first introduced the safari jacket in his 1967 runway shows. However, it was a one-off design created for a photo essay for Vogue, Paris, the following year, that made the design famous and quickly turned it into a classic. With the safari jacket, Saint Laurent continued to define his style, which borrowed from male codes of dress to revolutionize women's fashion. He was inspired by both the uniforms worn by the Afrika Korps and, more broadly, the outfits worn by Occidental men in Africa. Made of cotton gabardine, the safari jacket was a comfortable piece suitable for hot summers. It perfectly embodied the spirit of freedom sparked by the 1960s as well as a new form of seduction. As early as 1969, the safari jacket was also available in a ready-to-wear version at the Saint Laurent Rive Gauche boutique. It was an immediate success. Where silhouettes last season were all about the body, for summer 2024 we see how the Saint Laurent woman can take on a casual stance. Reaching back to the safari suit era, which many of the brand's more seasoned customers will be familiar with, this take on utility for the upper echelons of society has a natural ease, fitting as there is unlikely to be any actual manual labor taking place in these couture-informed daytime looks. But, referencing pioneers such as American aviator Amelia Earhart and French pilot Adrienne Bouland, the designer was looking to next season as a summer of freedom for his Saint Laurent woman. With shapes given more volume in a borrowed from the boys' way, billowing chiffon maxi dresses offered a more expressive take on her personality. The consistency with which Anthony Vaccarello is performing is admirable, especially at a time when the game of designer musical chairs is having another go-round. Having served 7 years at the helm, he has managed to keep a relatively low profile, instead dedicating himself to growing the brand into one of the market's true luxury players, who have held onto their desirability through a mix of campaigns which sell a jet-set lifestyle, and doubling down on the brand's French heritage. Paris is often used a backdrop for their photo shoots, to win new customers, who continue to want to buy into the dream that the designer has curated. The Saint Laurent woman breaks away from her day-to-day refinement and escapes out to safari, as Vaccarello channels the spirit of pioneering female aviators who have as much in common with his muses then as they do now, mainly for their take-charge attitude above all else. Offering a broader take on his handwriting for the brand thus far, this collection marks a welcome and realistic change from the ultra-svelte narrative, which has persisted since he joined the brand. But in zeroing in on safari styling, there may be little for the customer, who is seeking more of the same design language the designer has built over the last years.